Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and blessings to everybody through this crisis, the collective fear that has risen. And I know that there's a lot of anxiety out there and just a lot of like scary things that we're unsure of, and it's always when we feel like we lose control of life around us and Mother Nature goes wild and new things pop up, and it's just very scary, strange times to be living through. And I'm here because today I'm talking about some tips to keep up with your mental health while in quarantine or isolation, whatever. I still have to work, but when I'm not at work, I'm at home, so I'm just gonna get into it. Number one, I know a lot of people, they wonder about their immune system, because, the thing that's being said that everyone talks about is, strong immune system, weak immune system, but now they're saying that it almost doesn't matter as much. It's a very complex thing because it can affect very healthy people in critical ways as well. But if you want to know, there's no vaccine. There's no vaccine against this or anything yet, and when there's nothing that the hospitals and doctors can truly do to treat this, we always have our home remedies. And some of the remedies that I've been, just taking in to ensure some of the healthy functions of my body is elderberry syrup, or just elderberry in general. I have dried elderberries, but then I also made elderberry syrup out of the dried elderberries. And elderberry is an herb that helps with cold and flu. It helps actually shorten duration of viruses, is what my research on elderberry has shown, and there are studies out there that prove how elderberry can affect viruses and helps your body fight the virus, and it also helps shorten the duration of having the virus. So I've been drinking tea with elderberry syrup mixed in with it every day. And then about a week or two ago, I think it's 2 weeks now maybe, my friend Ashton and I made ginger pine honey. We went in her backyard and we harvested some pine, and it was very easy to make, but pine honey actually is very respiratory specific. It helps your respiratory functions. It helps your lungs. It helps just to keep the airways, clear and open. And I've been adding that to my tea as well. Usually I do a green tea. I've been going nuts with tea lately. In the mornings I'll drink green tea with a mix of the Breathe Deep Yogi tea, and then I'll add pine honey to that, and I'm Breathe Deep, that has herbs in it that also help your respiratory health. So it's boom, keep the lungs happy and healthy and fed and nourished. And that doesn't make sense. You don't feed your lungs. Just sending herbs into my body to nourish my lungs, my immune system. And so elderberry, pine honey, and also I've heard that dandelion has many benefits, if I can talk, has a lot of benefits. And I know one of it is it can help your respiratory, but it has just a lot of overall immune system boosting properties that just can help elevate your health. So I actually harvested some dandelion yesterday, and I filmed that, so I'm probably going to include those clips in this video. I don't know, it was fun. It was a nice day. It had been raining the past couple days. It had been very rainy, and I just wanted to go outside, and I was like, ooh, I can harvest some dandelion. And I harvested some violet also, because I'm making syrup out of that. Just having fun with my backyard, because we can't go out on the roads without a little work permit now. It's crazy. Not crazy. It's necessary. This needs to happen. But yeah, that's tip number one. It's just, you know, do some research, look up herbs that help your immune system and your respiratory health, and you can find easily just, you know, find it in tea. The teas I usually get are either like the Celestial brand or Yogi tea, but lately I've just been making my own tea. I've been buying my herbs, and I have these decomposable tea bags that I just put little servings of herbs in, and I tie the bag together, and that's been like super nourishing for me to just be putting together my own blends of tea and knowing what it's doing for me, and just it tastes so good. So that's been something I've been like loving recently. It's just making my own tea. Like, me and my friend made this elderberry syrup, and we made the pine honey, and I'm about to make my own dandelion tea. And just the way that nature nourishes us is insane. Like, nature's medicine, like, simply put. Because I've also been studying up on herbology and stuff like that lately, so it's just been a deep fascination. I'm definitely learning more about it, and as the season, you know, as it warms up and more things bloom, I'm finding out what's in my backyard that I can use to help, you know, my body. That was my Bluetooth speaker. To help nourish my body. It's just magical, and it's honestly been like a deep way for me to connect with our planet and just nature in general, and connecting to our roots, which also just guides me back to myself. Yeah, herbs. Herbs. Cool. And tip number 2 for having, you know, trying to keep up with your mental health, I would recommend breath work, yoga / meditation, like any of those things. Because yoga and meditation is one of those things where people always talk about how they've been wanting to get into it and they don't know where to start, blah blah blah, yada yada yada, like all the excuses in the book. I'm not in shape, I'm not flexible. Like, I am both of those things. I'm working on being healthier and feeding my body right, but yoga, that has always been an essential practice to my routine every day, just because for me, like, I don't know, I say used to because I literally don't get panic attacks anymore, but I had a really bad panic disorder in high school, and like, I just got into yoga from that. And I won't go deep into it now. Maybe I'll make a separate video about how yoga has helped my mental health and meditation and breath work, but that's what I recommend for now, is practicing mindfulness and just grounding down into your body. When you spend so much time, you know, staring at your phone, researching all you can about the coronavirus and all the death tolls in the news and what's going on with the economy and just all these external things that aren't directly like happening, you know, in your room, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're sitting here watching this video, which means you're sitting in somewhere safe watching this video. So just ground into the present moment and ground into your body, and just give thanks for your body, for it protecting you and doing its best to love you and fight off any infections or virus. And just learn to, mindfulness helps you to can I talk? Mindfulness helps you to feel safe within your body. So that's just one of the many things that practicing mindfulness does. And I recommend picking up that practice just because it really does a lot for your mental health and your anxiety. And if you don't believe me, on Netflix there is this show called Explained, and they have a series where they explain the mind, and then they have an episode explaining the effects of daily regular yoga meditation practice on the brain and on your nervous system. So it's real, y'all. Check it out. It's proven. So yeah, mindfulness, breath work, yoga, meditation. And if you don't know where to start, I recommend Yoga with Adriene on YouTube. Also, you should look her up, and she has a gajillion videos for all different types of just bodies and the levels that we're at, and just helps you move your body to feel good. And I've been watching her videos for years until, you know, recently I've started to incorporate my own yoga practice. And yeah, breath work is essential to both of those, yoga and meditation, just the breath. the breath has the power to bring you back to yourself. So just come back to yourself and just feel the safety within your body, because it is there. Just got to get past the ego, you know, the mind that's always moving. Just got to tune out of the world and tune into yourself. That's what you got to do. And then this kind of ties in with developing a mindfulness practice, but number 3 is developing a sense of gratitude for everything that you have now. Like, if you're watching this video, you're probably in the safety of your home, in your room. You know, you have this escape, you have Wi-Fi or some sort of data service to get online, to, you know, like, that's such a privilege. Like, not everyone has that, and there are even parts in the US where, like, people can't, they don't have access to Wi-Fi. So if you're watching this video, that right there, it already says something about everything that you have in your life. You have more than what's necessary, because, you know, we grow up being told that our basic necessities is like shelter, food, water, and human connection. And even though the human connection part is kind of restricted, limited right now, you still have yourself, you still have your shelter, the safety of your room, and you have this body that is just spending every second, every moment for you to just be alive and experience this. This is part of the life that we as a society have created for ourselves, and like, this is scary, but it's also like intriguing at the same time. Like, wow, this is nuts, but it's also very like devastating at the same time. You know, there's, you know, you learn a lot, and you can take the time to learn more about yourself and just be grateful for everything that you do have right now. And yeah, just find gratitude in every passing moment. Another tip I have, and that ties in with this is just all like a list of things that being mindful helps you to do, but try to avoid taking in too much information. I know in the beginning, this was definitely my issue. The beginning of all of this was my problem, and I know some problems my friends had, was just constantly reading up on this virus and how many people were catching it and how many people were dying, and it's definitely devastating, and it's good to be aware of the situation going on in the world, but also when you spend too much time taking in all this stress-inducing information from the news and just the collective fear, like, it actually weakens your immune system. Your body feels what you're thinking and what you're taking in. So when you stress, your body is feeling that stress, and it's not, you know, when you want the time for your immune system to be strong is like now, so you don't want to stress too much, and, you know, it compromises your immune system in ways. Not saying just boom, it's weak, but like, you know, stress leaves you vulnerable, but when you can find time to ground yourself and just be grateful and just breathe into the moment and just find the peace in the present moment, like in this right now, like be here now, and just find the peace, find the love, fill your body with the cosmic love of the universe, because we are manifestations of the universe to experience the creation of this planet on Earth, you know, like there's still so much going on just within you, and it's keeping you alive, and I just recommend tuning out from the collective, you know, at times, and there's nothing wrong with being informed, but there's a balance, and when you overdo it, you just puts you in like a shock, you know, so tune out of the world and tune into yourself again. So limit your time just looking up stuff on coronavirus, even though it's been talked about. Just tune out. It's good. You're good. And then, last bit of advice is, even though we are in quarantine and we're self-isolating, social distancing, the whole nine, you can still go outside. I feel like there are some people who are so extreme that they're like, if you take a picture of you stepping outside, everyone freaks out. Like, it's not airborne to fresh air, guys. Like, in public, yeah, if someone coughs or sneeze, you can, you know, whatever, catch it that way. But like, you can go outside, you can take 3 deep belly breaths and just get fresh oxygen in your brain. There's only so much air circulation, you know, in your home that's like good for you because it's not necessarily fresh. So go outside. It's okay. Like literally just outside your door or around your yard, patio, deck, balcony, whatever you got. You can literally just step outside and just breathe. Look at the trees, look at the sky, look at the flowers blooming. Just look around at nature specifically and just tune in to just the wavelength of stillness that nature can just put you in, because like I said, nature saves and nature is medicine, and just taking deep breaths outside is enough for us to just clear our minds and get fresh air and get a fresh flow of energy for you to be able to continue your day at home. So, even though these times are scary, guys, and it can be tough to really want to like take care of yourself and just try to find the bright side, because when you're paying attention to the news, there really is no bright side to the news. Even though there's a list somewhere on Instagram, Facebook, or whatever that is like, here is what's happening that is coming out of all this. There's some good happening. With all of our collective egos, it's just so easy to only see the negative, but it's there. Tune out, guys. Tune out of the collective humanity and tune into your own humanity, because the foundation of our very existence is love. I genuinely believe that, and just take care of yourself. And I hope these tips help you guys in any way, and if they did, then cool. If it helped like one person, you know, that's enough. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good day, and I hope you're staying safe and being cautious, but also just be loving. And yeah, I'm gonna cut to me harvesting dandelions and violets and whatever, because that was a fun time outside yesterday. It took me like 2 hours, but I don't know. I'm just gonna put a little bit of clips, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy watching that, and I hope you guys have a good day. Namaste.